Saul to begin his mission of bringing Christ to the land where he was enslaved, his mission to follow the calling that he received in a dream, come back to Ireland. This was the beginning of his mission, and we know when he arrived, he was very successful. He was a local chief and teacher. Teacher was a very fierce man. Patrick stood up to him. He converted and gave Patrick a barn, his first church in Ireland, here in Saul. And from here, the faith spread. There are many stories, many myths, many things are told about Patrick which you cannot prove. But we have to remember, the bottom line was, his mission was to bring Christ, to convert the pagans in Ireland. That was his mission, and he fulfilled that mission. He started here and continued from here. Many legends. There's one about two princesses, Ethna and Fiona, I think it's Fidelma, who were converted and were so well converted that they wanted to see God, and they died at Mass one day. The history is lost in the mist of time. We do know that Patrick existed. We do know that he left his confessions and the letter. And in those we find out a lot about the man, his faith, and his courage. And this the Novena is going around Ireland following his steps, which is a nice thing. But what is the message for us today? Today, in many places, we read St. Patrick, a comedy figure for a procession or a parade. St. Patrick's Day is celebrated with plenty of drink and not much thought of what Patrick brought to Ireland. Patrick brought that light that we celebrate today, the light of the feast today, the light of Christ. So what does it do for us? We have to follow those footsteps. And here in this parish of St. Patrick, the premier parish of Ireland, that's what they call it. You read the books. I'm not making it up, even though I think it's brilliant that we are the premier parish. We have to start at that mission of St. Patrick again. Bring the light of Christ into our families, into our hearts, into our families, into our homes. That Christ will reign once again with vigour and with power. And that light will spread from here in Saul, Premier Parish, around our land once again. We know there are many days of darkness. We've been living through them. Days of fear and anxiety and worry. Days of not trusting people. Days of darkness. What are we? What are we going to do about it? No sense saying, I hear it over there. No. We have that call. We have that call. And the call did come in Ireland in the 50s and 60s last century. They sent missionaries with a lorry load out around the world. They brought the light of Christ to the world. Ireland, the monastic times, all through our history, we have been bringing that light around the world. Have we lost it? Has the light gone out? It's up to us to find out. And we cannot leave it to anybody else. We have to say to ourselves, what am I going to do? We may not go out far lands. We have to start at home. And if we don't start at home, parish mission could be in vain. Generations of people kept the faith alive. During hard times and penal times, they kept the faith alive. You may remember what I said Patrick's Day 2 years ago, when the churches had to close. Even Oliver Cromwell couldn't stop the Mass. And we let this happen. Let us revive our faith. Let us revive our faith in Patrick. Let us fill with that faith in our hearts and go forward again. Father in heaven, in our darkness, send His Patrick to bring your word to enlighten the people of Ireland. Through St. Patrick, Ireland was evangelized and formed into a Christian community, from whence the beacon of salvation shone in all the corners of the earth. Today we live in a different world, where the light of your word has lost its darkness. Through this Novena, we implore you to once again send the Spirit of St. Patrick upon us, so that we, like Patrick, may become messengers of your gospel of joy. Spread and strengthen your faith throughout our beautiful land. Holy St. Patrick, we beseech you in times and times. We are your Then you open the door of faith to your people of heart. Help us now to renew your mission, so that each one of us may fulfill your purpose and mission. Our spiritual journey, as you have granted us, let us by word and deed convey the true meaning of Christianity throughout our community, so that the evangelizing church may flourish, salvation for all, and the glory of God. We ask this in the name of Jesus. Broke it, give it to his disciples, saying, take this, all of you, and eat of it, for this is my body, which will be given up for you. In similar way, when supper was ended, he took the chalice, and once more giving thanks, he gave it to his disciples, saying, take this, all of you, and drink from it, for this is the chalice of my blood, the blood of the new and eternal covenant, which will be poured out for you and for many for the forgiveness of sins. Do this in memory of me.
Was not sent by God by chance. His mission in Ireland was a deliberate intention of God, and we discover it from his works. We discover it from his writings, also his confessions, and the example he left behind. When St. Patrick wanted to come back, after he returned to Britain, when he wanted to come back, there was a lot of opposition. However, he insisted and he came. In his own time, there were many others who were missionaries. Some even came before him, and they worked hard. There were bishops and priests. Even his superiors also. Today, we hardly hear of any of them, but we hear about St. Patrick. This is very striking. Why is it so that all those great ones, they were great in his own time? No one knew about St. Patrick. Today, we hear only about St. Patrick. This is a question. Another question. He didn't speak much. He didn't write much. Because today, words and words, written words, spoken words, words on the internet, words on the microphone. Even those who insist that the nuncio must say something. Those who use microphones on the streets, the marketplaces, too many words. But there is just one word, the Word of God. If we could only listen to that single word, Mary did it. Mary didn't say anything at the presentation which we celebrate today. She kept everything meditating in her heart. Joseph, in the entire Gospels, there is no word spoken by Joseph. Today, we all venerate him. So sometimes we waste words by speaking too much, too many words, too many. And that's why we lose orientation, because we get confused. There is only one word, the Word of God.
I think it's a very good idea, and I'm thrilled to be part of it. I'd have been disappointed to miss Saul out, because I guess this is where it started. And I'm proud of this. I'm proud of the fact that I had a very famous predecessor. And most people will say, who? St. Patrick. You can't get better than that. It's a hard act to follow, let me tell you. But I am very proud of it. I think it's a great idea.
I've been reared in this locality all my life, and I certainly know St. Patrick well through prayer and through our history. He is inspirational as a saint and as a missionary, exemplary in his work and in his courage and his will to commit to God's will. So going forward with our Please God our ordination on the 19th of February, we will bring something of a new mission and relight the fire in Ireland that Patrick did.
St. Patrick, to me, my own history, St. Patrick was always there. I joined St. Patrick's Missionary Society. I was in Africa. I came back home. I left the society and joined the diocese. There's a lot of reasons for that. Don't need to go into them here. The experience in Africa was one of the reasons. Not a good experience. And, it's nice. I would always see myself going out, and I would keep asking people to go out. We're missionaries. And we are all missionaries, whether we like it or not. And try and get them to do it at home. That type of thing. Be at them all the time. And encourage. I think St. Patrick was a strong figure. And I like a strong figure. I like St. Paul. He had fire in his belly. And I just love that. I'd be a fiery person sometimes myself. And, I just like to see the fire.
He came to Ireland. He did a very good work in Ireland.
He's an idol for us all to look up to. He came to Ireland and converted thousands and thousands of pagans. And to have his bones here tonight is very special for us all.
Yeah.